up, everybody? Make sure you look out and like the video. So, this weekend was incredible. Let's just start by saying that. I want to break down the fact that the Odyssey since last weekend has only dropped 30%. And I actually know Monday after the weekend it made 18 million. Tuesday was 20 million. I think Wednesday was like another 18 million. Thursday was another like another 19 million. And then Friday was like 25 million. And then I think after the weekend, the Odyssey has officially crossed 639 million worldwide, and it's only in its second weekend that's coming to an end. It's only gonna probably it's still gonna have steam up until this weekend when Spider Man comes out. Like I said, I don't think Spider Man's gonna hurt the Odyssey in any way, shape, or form. And even if it did, not by much. They're both gonna cross $1 billion. I think the Odyssey is officially on track to make about 1.2 billion at the box office. I think that's a little generous. I'd say about 1.1, 1.05, somewhere around there. But it is doing really well. That's like elite blockbuster numbers. Like their hold is especially impressive for a film that opened above 100 million, and it suggests an excellent audience word of mouth. That is a big deal, and an only 30% drop. I mean, it retains that's crazy, bro. And on bigger news, Toy Story 5 joined $1 billion, which we all knew it was going to do. And Pixar officially celebrated another milestone. So that made it's about 448 million here in America, 573 million international, and that put it to 1.21 billion worldwide. It is the sixth Pixar film to make $1 billion. Two of those six being two Toy Story movies. I believe Incredibles 2, and I don't know what the other two are right now. Not off the top of my head. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. I know three of them are Toy Story now, and one of them is Incredibles 2. Those four I know for a fact are locked in. So that I know. But let's continue. Hades Town, I think this is like a legitimate musical that's kind of like connected with the Odyssey. Not actually the film, but yeah, it's like a nice 10 million showing, which is pretty nice. A theatrical, like Broadway musical, that's pretty well done. So you have the Odyssey, Toy Story 5, Moana, and Mans. And I think Moana crossed about 228 this weekend, which that's a pretty big jump. I think last weekend was like 195, and I think now this weekend it jumped to like 228, or it was even less last weekend. I think throughout the week it's made some money. Moana's not going to profit. In fact, it kind of needs to not, so Disney can just stop making these live action remakes, especially one so unnecessarily soon. And it's not even been a decade since the first one. Well, no, it has been a decade since the first one because Moana was 2016, it's 2026, so it has literally been only 10 years. But again, a healthy box office is it's not about one movie winning. It's never been that way. And I don't understand why people assume that was the case. You really need multiple movies throughout the year succeeding around the same time to give us a strong box office. And I think that's what we're seeing. And we've been seeing it since quarter two. We've been seeing it since Mario and Project Hail Mary. This is a very healthy box office. Some weekends may be less, but then other weekends are really big. But movies all across genres and actors and boards and directors are profiting, and this is what we wanted to see. This is what we actually need. So whatever someone's talking about, like, oh, the movie industry at its core is dying, let's be honest, that's only the case if nobody goes to the movies. And people have been going to the movies since the pandemic, but it seems like the general audience is kind of back, and it seems like family films now more than ever are like really taking over the box office. So let's keep that in mind. But on this weekend alone, right? We had that weekend for the Odyssey, Toy Story crossed a billion, Millions and Monsters is profiting. It isn't an expensive movie. I think its budget's like 60 million or something like that. So it actually is still profiting. This is just low numbers compared to like a Minions movie. Usually the Minions be running the box office crazy. Like, but for some reason, Minions and Monsters is just not really attracting people as much as you would have otherwise thought. 85 million. 85 million, but I believe this weekend it literally cost like 412 million or something like that. So it's still profiting for Illumination, whether people want to admit it or not. It's still doing well. It doesn't have to. Yeah, 412 million, 411, but 412. the box office is doing good. I'm really upset that the invite's only at 31 million. I really wish that it was higher. Obsession is at 458, which is wild. Motor City opened to 1.6 million. That's not good. Um, it's a $30 million film, I think. So like that's not it's not great. And then Supergirl sadly is at 124, and I really am really sad about that. That's going to be my biggest box office hurt for the year, but it didn't do great. And let's say Spider Man's walking up this weekend. It's Spider Man weekend, y'all. So um, it's projected to open to like 500 something million. So that's probably going to be the biggest opening of the year. I don't think that's going to get beaten. Like I don't think Dune is going to pull in that many people like a Spider-Man movie would. I don't even think Avengers Doomsday is going to open to that amount. Like it could open to like 3 something million, maybe 400 something million. I just think Spider-Man is going to have this in the bag. I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. So, but again, Doomsday is still literally, what is it, July? Doomsday is still 5 months away. So, while Spider Man is next week. So, let's do what we want to do with that. But I will say the Odyssey is going to have a really good length. I think they even extended its time in the theaters because it's in such high demand. Tickets are selling out in advance. So, yeah, for all those people saying, oh, the Odyssey's not going to profit, it's going to fail, Christopher Nolan sucks, all this random Christopher Nolan vitriol out of the blue, yeah, enjoy hell because you guys are looking really stupid. And we've been seeing it the last week, 2 weeks since the movie's dropped. You guys have been panicking like crazy. So, again, I'm gonna let it be there. The box office has been the healthiest it's been in a long time. I've been saying this all year in my box office videos. The box office is the healthiest it's been since 2019. Now that doesn't mean the other years are terrible, but this is the first year tracked for a 10 billion year since 2019. So it's been 7 long years, but we're finally here. AMC is still in a ton of debt, but I think that debt is getting cleared up pretty well with a bunch of people going back to the theaters, concession sales to wipe out some of that debt and other things. So let's just let time do its thing. I think AMC is going to end up being a pretty profitable, very highly investable situation for investors in about 5 or 6 years. So I would say if you want to do something now, I would buy some AMC stock. I actually have some AMC stock, and I do have some IMAX stock. I recommend you guys kind of get both because I think IMAX is pretty much the future of cinema, and that's going to be doing a lot of numbers in the coming years as well. This is the biggest year for IMAX we've seen in a long time, and it's going to keep being that way. So let me know how you guys feel down below. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all on the next.